small hill town in the district of West Sikkim. Pelling is nestled at an altitude of 2,150 meters. The town is located at a distance of 10 kilometers from the district headquarters of Geyzing and 131 kilometers from Gangtok. The Himalayas and the Kanchenjunga may be viewed at close quarters from Pelling. The land around Pelling is still a virgin territory and is bathed with alpine vegetation, with numerous waterfalls lining the hillside. In the months of winter, Pelling is sometimes covered with a blanket of snow. The best time to visit Pelling is October to February. We have planned a 7-day trip to Sikkim starting from 30th January 2022 precisely at 6:45 p.m. All our pre-bookings were made with Make My Trip. It takes around 12 hours to reach Siliguri, the gateway of Sikkim, though you can experience delay in arrival time via bus route. There are other ways of reaching Siliguri from Kolkata, namely by flight dropping you at Bagdogra Airport or by train to NJP Railway Station. You can also avail to travel by personal vehicle via road. Our bus, Polami Parivahan, arrived Tenzing Norgay bus stand at 9 a.m. in the morning with a delay of 2 hours. You will find travel agents swarming you with their offers to various sightseeing packages or single one-way travel throughout Sikkim, and you can avail any one of them. Although there are several experienced drivers who drive freelance and would charge you a lot less for same packages. We had a chance to try both, and we can vouch for contacting drivers directly. Driver details are provided in the description. It takes 6 hours to travel from Siliguri to Pelling via Jorthang. Jorthang is a major town in South Sikkim district in the Indian state of Sikkim. Jorthang lies on the Rangit River, a tributary of the Tisa River, on the way to Pelling from Darjeeling, Siliguri and Kalimpong. You will find varieties of colorful rocks and pebbles in the riverbanks and can chill out for some time in the midst of clear, fresh water and windy scenic view. The experience is soothing. You can also avail share car from Siliguri to Jorthang, then take shared cab for Pelling, Gangtok or Darjeeling. Our reserved car charged us 4,500 rupees from NJP to Pelling. We reached around 4 p.m. at Pelling and the travel was really smooth because of well-maintained roads. Destination was Hotel Aryan Regency and Spa in Lower Pelling. The locality is not crowded and the local people are extremely helpful. We checked in a mountain-facing super deluxe room and we had a magnificent view of Kanchenjunga from our room. At present, due to COVID situation, the amount of tourists have highly reduced and the hotel employees are short in numbers and quite ignorant towards check-in hospitalities. Even so, the view engulfs all other feelings when you are there. Nights are pretty silent and lifeless in Pelling, with dark roads and empty streets leaving few cars passing by at intervals. Our hotel served us all types of food as we ordered, but the charges were quite high due to lack of availability of local options. The hotel also provided a heater, hairdryer and a pair of slippers, which are lifesavers in Pelling. There are a couple of small restaurants that you will find in Pelling Zero, such as Big Bowl and Melting Point. Local food items like thupka, momo and noodles are available at these places at very affordable prices as low as 100 rupees per bowl, and it was delicious. Next day, waking up with a cloudy and foggy weather did not give much hope of meeting the ice-packed mountain ranges soon, but we still gave it a try and headed out for sightseeing. The road to Skywalk was dreamy. Clouds against tall pine trees gave a more mysterious and spooky feeling. Unfortunately, the skywalk and monastery was closed as nothing was visible. We planned on visiting Geyzing for a change, walking through the little marketplace. It's astounding to see the variety of things being sold in such a small area. A large taxi stand sits at the base of Geyzing, from where you can book shared or reserved car to Pelling and Gangtok. It takes 45 rupees to 300 rupees respectively to go to Pelling from here. A market opens on Wednesday if you're looking to buy some local items at very cheap prices. We broke down our sightseeing in 2 days due to the upcoming light shower throughout Pelling. From Geyzing, we reserved a car to visit Rimbi Waterfalls, Rimbi River, Orange Garden, Kanchenjunga Falls and Kachipari Lake. At a distance of 5 kilometers from Darab village and 12 kilometers from Pelling, Rimbi Waterfalls is a scenic waterfall near Pelling. On the way to Kachipari Lake, Rimbi Waterfall is formed over Rimbi River. Located close to the waterfall is one of the oldest hydro stations in Sikkim. At a distance of 1 kilometer from Rimbi Falls and 13 kilometers from Pelling, Rimbi Orange Garden, also known as Siwaru Rock Garden, is situated at the rocky banks of Rimbi River, and it is a government-funded orange garden. Along with orange trees, visitors can see some cardamom plants and some flowering plants here. You can access the river from the garden, where one can sit on the rocks and spend some quality time in solitude. You can also buy oranges, fermented juice and cardamoms here. The Rimbi River is a marvel to look at, with crystal clear water rushing by over the rocks and a photogenic landscape before it.
ये सब यहाँ का ऑर्गेनिक वाइन है। ये ऑरेंज का है, ये जो कुरास बोलता है रोडोडेंड्रन फ्लावर का स्टेप फ्लावर है, ये मेडिसिन के बहुत अच्छा वाला है सर। और इसके बाद हम लोग यहाँ पर ब्लैक ग्रेप्स का होता है, और इसका ये जितना भी है सर, ये यहाँ का जूसेस है सर। कमला नींबू का जूस है, गुआवा का जूस है, कीवी का जूस है। ये पैकेट में जो दिख रहा है ना यहाँ का ऑर्गेनिक ऑरेंज है सर, बहुत अच्छा। यहाँ का गार्ड, ये यहाँ का ग्रीन टी, ये गुंदरू बोलता है सर इसको।
The most beautiful thing water can do in the arms of nature is falling from a cliff with majestic demeanor. The Kanchenjunga waterfalls in Pelling is one such vision which will imprint in your memory forever. Owing to the spectacular sight it provides, which is nothing short of a picturesque extravaganza. A visit to this waterfall is all you need to restore your faith in the power of nature, as this waterfall was untouched till the 90s and it is only recently that it has gained popularity as a major tourist attraction. This mighty waterfall is believed to have originated high up in the ice glaciers of Mount Kanchenjunga, giving it a perennial flow throughout the year. With water gushing down from the height of over 100 feet, this towering spectacle is a sight for sore eyes. The evergreen forest cover surrounding the fall is home to the largest land mammals, elephants. Nature enthusiasts recall vivid experiences at this destination, including some rare sightings of the mighty elephants in their natural habitat.
a deep breath every time I pass your door. I know you're here, but I can't see you anymore. And that's the reason you're in the dark. I've been a stranger ever since we fell apart. And I feel so helpless here. Watch my eyes are filled with fear. Tell me, do you feel the same? Hold me in your arms again. I need your love, I need your time. When everything's wrong, you make it right. I feel so high, I come alive. I need to be free with you tonight.
Ketchupari Lake is located 34 kilometers to the northwest of Pelling town near Ketchupari village. The lake is sacred for both Buddhists and Hindus and is believed to be a wish-fulfilling lake. The formation of the lake is estimated to be 3,500 years old, and the periphery of the lake has the shape of a foot. The site was serene, spiritual, and it touched our heart right at the center. It is said that the lake always remains completely clean. Even if a leaf falls on it, birds carry it away. The place is magical. The mild rain we encountered added to the ambience. Large fishes fill up the entire lake and you can feed them food found right at the entrance of the lake. You can also rent umbrella during rain. It costs around ₹40. The entire sightseeing for the day costed us 2,500 rupees. The day ended with extreme low temperatures reaching 2 degrees and a really costly dinner that we regret ordering. The next day gave us an ultimate glimpse of what we were looking for. A clear blue sky and an entire range of the majestic Mount Kanchenjunga. The ranges hidden in clouds keep you awe-stricken with its mystical enchantment. The second part of the sightseeing was waiting for us, and we didn't want to wait any longer. We started at 10, a 7-seater car which we reserved for 2,500 rupees and headed straight towards the skywalk and Shangacholing Monastery. The scenic beauty was breathtaking. The sky was a bit cloudy, but the sun kept popping out. Established in 17th century by Lama Latsun Chempo, is one of the oldest monasteries in the northeast Indian state of Sikkim. The monastery is located on the ridge top above Pelling at a distance of 7 kilometers. It is also known as a place of secret spells. Shangacholing Monastery was a marvel to look at with beautifully built architecture and a spiritual vibe. Minute statues of deities and a huge statue of Chenrezig with golden prayer wheels on both sides. Visitors can also get a panoramic view of the Tista and Rangit River. Connected a few steps away from the steep path is the Tashading Monastery. It is a Buddhist monastery of the Nyingma sect of Tibetan Buddhism in western Sikkim, which is the most sacred and holiest monasteries in Sikkim and is described as the heart of Sikkim. Next we stopped at Changi Waterfalls, where one has to climb a number of stairs to get a better view of the waterfalls. The path is long and the waterfall is located just beside the road, making it a suitable place for drinking water extraction. Up next came Dentam Valley Viewpoint, a large stretch of green and in its midst a valley with the shape of inverted Indian map. Finally, we move on to one of the most famous places near Pelling, the hanging bridge also known as Censure Bridge, with a height of over 100 meters and 240 meters in length. It is the highest bridge in Sikkim and the second highest bridge in Asia. It is truly a man-made marvel that offers a spectacular base view of immense greenery that makes it difficult to distinguish between the lowlands and the mountains. You can feel the thrill when you are standing in the middle of the bridge and the strong wind blows. Our travel continued after a short lunch break to the Pemangste Monastery. It is a Buddhist monastery in Pemangste and one of the oldest and premier monasteries of Sikkim. Also the most famous in Sikkim, although photography was forbidden inside the monastery. Finally, we reached Bird Park, which was still under construction, and it has a common pathway towards the Rabdante's ruins. The path towards the ruins was about 20 meters away through a dense jungle filled with variety of birds. We avoided going through the full trek as it was getting cloudy and dark yet again. Luckily, we could spot a big bird crossing the path. For dinner, we visited Komodo Cafe, located beside our hotel and has options of hookah and a funky ambience. Our sightseeing in Pelling was almost over, and after a quick and dry breakfast, we headed towards Gangtok, visiting Rawangla and Namche on the way. You can choose to stay at either of these places overnight and can catch a cab to Gangtok. Majority tourists choose to go on a full-day trip from Pelling to Gangtok and visiting the famous Buddha Park and Chardham. We checked out from our hotel at 9:30 am and had reached Gangtok by 7 in the evening. The road towards Rawangla was excellent and we had a smooth journey to the Buddha Park, also known as Tathagata Sthal, situated near Rawangla. It was constructed between 2006 and 2013 and featured a 130-foot high statue of Buddha as its centerpiece. The statue of the Buddha marks the occasion of the 2550th birth anniversary of Gautama Buddha. Huge clay bowls filled with water looked amazing and one can drop a coin and make a wish. The entire place is extremely photogenic and it gives a feel of extreme satisfaction when you visit. At places like Skywalk, Buddha Park, Ketchupelli Lake, you will get good toilets. Local people are very helpful during the journey. The drivers will give you stops during sightseeing and you can ask for toilets if you need to use. The Temi Tea Garden is the only tea garden in Sikkim and considered one of the best in India and the world. Top quality tea is produced, which is in demand in the international market. The garden is laid over a gradually sloping hill. The Temi Tea Estate was established in 1969, covered an area of 440 acres. The lie of the land shows gentle slopes that originate from the Tendong Hill range. Siddheswar Dham or Char Dham is situated at Solofok Hill, which is 5 kilometers away from Namchi town. It is believed that a visit to the place is enough to wash one's sins. The 108 feet statue of Lord Shiva is encircled and supported by a girdle of 12 Jyotirlingams. Char Dham, which is situated in India in 4 different places like east as Jagannath, west as Dwarka, south as Rameshwaram and north as Badrinath Dham, where especially Hindus consider the main pilgrimage. When you are traveling from Rawangla to Namchi, you can see Lord Shiva's statue on top of the hill from far away. You can get a set of items for puja in the main mandir for 100 rupees. You will get to see the entire life story of Shiva carved on the ceiling of the interior of the main temple, but photography is prohibited there. Anyone entering the premises will have to take off their shoes and keep it safe in a provided section. There is also a few veg restaurants that you can visit, as it will be a lunchtime when you reach Namchi.
इश्के दी चाशनी ओ मिठी मिठी चाशनी मैं न मांगूंगा दूर.
The entire trip costed us 5,500 rupees in reserved cars, and it was worth it. The scenic view, breathtaking, and it will imprint on your mind forever, even in the slightest sight. By 8, we have already checked in our hotel in Gangtok, and we had enjoyed the beautiful valley in the night, with lights from houses shining like stars.
मेरे ख्यालों में जो तू हो तो बातें हूँ मैं अच्छी अच्छी करता हो देखूं सुबह सुबह जो तुझे तो सारा दिन अच्छा है गुजरता ये कैसी तेरी आरज़ू ये कैसी तेरी ख्वाहिशें तुझी से देखो मैं करूं तेरी ही फरमाइशें तू बन जा तू मेरी तू बन जा बन जा बन जा बन जा तू मेरी इश्क़े दी चाशनी ओ मिठी मिठी चाशनी मैं न मांगूंगा धूप धीमी धीमी मैं न मांगूं चांदनी मेरे
Upon reaching Gangtok MG Marg, we struggled for some time to find hotels right on MG Marg, but sadly, we did not find rooms that matches our needs, so we went back to Tadong, where we booked a valley-facing deluxe room and ended up quite satisfied with it. The hotel was cozy and beautiful, with amenities like hair dryers and slippers. It was a room without breakfast and costed us around 2,000 rupees for 2 nights, 1 day, which was pretty reasonable. Next and last day of our trip, we spent our leisure time mostly in the hotel. It was heavily raining, but it was our 4th marriage anniversary, so we intended to visit the Dragon Walk restaurant at Mall Road in the evening for dinner. We really wanted to explore local foods, but due to COVID situation, many shops were not very operational. The day just passed so quickly. We really enjoyed the leisure time after a hurricane trip from Pelling to Ravangla and Namchi drive of 7 to 8 hours. Our total trip costed us around 52,000.
इश्क़े दी चाशनी ओ मिठी मिठी चाशनी